First of all, I have a good news. I'm the last speaker of today. Did you catch the live streams of Speed from his China trip? 阳光彩虹小白马 That's a good yes answer. So, this American YouTuber, streamer with over 40 million subscribers and nicknamed Speed, he went on this epic live streaming journey in China, exploring different cities across the country. Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong, and of course, our city of Chengdu. He immersed himself in these lovely cities with the culture, with the local people, the cuisine, and everything. People loved it. And some of you might be wondering, what's all the hype about? What's the big deal here? And I get it. I mean, to a large extent, what he was doing was just doing what we Chinese people do every single day, right? Sipping tea, having hot, spicy food, or hopping on high-speed train with seamless 5G network. Why are so many people tuning in and so obsessed about him? You see, that's the point, actually. Because we are living in a world sometimes very divided. We are living in our own information bubbles, our echo chambers, consuming overwhelming information, sometimes misinformations. And many foreigners outside China, they don't have a full picture of the country or the culture. But our friend Speed offered this amazing opportunity, a real glimpse into the modern Chinese society. Yes, there was a chaotic situations here and there, crazy fans, I know, right? But so real, so raw, so authentic. I pretty much immersing myself in his experiences. And I'd like to argue, he was not only doing the streams, but also building cultural bridges by connecting people and bringing them together through these shared experiences. And I think the impact is tremendous and it can be life-changing. It was totally life-changing to Speed because he immersed himself in China, experienced the culture up close, and at the same time, he gained I don't know how many millions of new followers just over a week. That's incredible. And it was also life-changing to two of my friends. Do you recognize them? They were the owners of the Haopao restaurant in Chengdu, which Speed actually stumbled into and ordered most spicy Haopao in the world. So it's life-changing to my friends because I believe they don't have to worry about their business for many months or many years to come, right? So they're making good business because many of the followers of Speed are flocking to the restaurant to also get that signature speedy Haopao. And I also like to say it was quite meaningful to many viewers back home because it offered this new perspective to them about the life in China, basically. And I think this is the kind of experience that we should really appreciate and we need more of. This is not a standalone case. A few months back, we had another phenomenon of global cultural exchange. Hashtag TikTok refugees. Did you remember? So after the US government threatened to ban TikTok in the US market, many American users, including influencers, flocked into the Chinese social media platform, Xiaohongshu, or Red Note. Of course, they don't speak Chinese, they don't understand Mandarin Chinese at all, so they had to navigate the Chinese interface with the help of Chinese users. They were learning Chinese from day one. But after some time, they offered some, language learning tips to Chinese English learners and even helped some Chinese students with their English homework. That was so interesting situation because they kind of turned the barriers of culture differences, like language, understanding of different things, into opportunities to connect, to offer mutual support and understanding. So I think that movement really give the window for both people to glimpse into each other's society that is beyond the news titles or the, usually the stereotypes in each other's own circle or the echo chambers. Shortly after this movement, I actually met one of the TikTok refugees / influencers here in Chengdu in real life. Meet Allison. She's an American TikToker doing traveling vlogs with over 300,000 followers across different platforms. She came to Chengdu and reached out to me asking for support for his upcoming trip and content she's organizing for her followers. She's organizing a trip to bring her followers to Chengdu later this year. She actually shared with me how excited she is and how eager her audience to experience the real China firsthand. So I was also thrilled to join her journey, be part of the videos and offering some of the local insights. She's not alone in this kind of endeavors. Because you see, the social media influencers, they are very savvy. They know where to create content and have the traffic. So many social media content creators have been jumping on this mega hashtag China travel trend. And I myself had the opportunity of hosting some of them. I brought this British girl, Nicole. She's a YouTube content creator to Pengzhen Lao Cha Guan, this century-old tea house in Chengdu, to really understand the local laid-back lifestyle. And I brought my friend Slava from Russia to drive around Chengdu along the Tianfu Avenue, the longest central access avenue of the world, to understand, experience the drastic transformation over the years regarding the technology innovations and urban landscapes. It was incredible, and they had great content. Their videos collectively have gathered, I'd say, more than 600,000 views on YouTube, and still counting. You may check them out. And I think this is really the point of this kind of cross-cultural content that's really meaningful. By now, some of you in the audience might be wondering, hey Troy, how did you find them, right? Or how did those guys find you? Well, it has to do with this side hustle or my little passion project, which has been turned into something much bigger. Chengdu Memo. We started it as just a simple Instagram page focusing on Chengdu, where we share stories, capture beautiful moments, and bring it to a global audience. And people took notice. They loved it. Expats in Chengdu, international students, overseas Chinese students, content creators, they try to engage with us with a great curiosity. So with this increasing interest and also requests in my inbox, we knew we had to take a step further on our endeavor. So a few months ago, we officially launched this new initiative of private tour service, offering high quality, highly customizable local experiences to our international friends, so they can better understand Chengdu with us. Not only that, later this year we'll be introducing some cultural deep dive and educational programs, also targeting at a global audience. And more recently, I've been producing some English content myself, just going around shooting videos about Chengdu, and also having some practical tips for our new friends who are visiting. Through all those efforts, for now, I'm proud to say Chengdu Memo has become one of the trusted platforms for a global audience to see the real Chengdu, and also for us to engage with curious minds all over the world to understand this fantastic city. And last year in Chengdu, the city welcomed over 1 million international foreigner visits. That's 190% increase year on year. And this year, I believe we'll be reaching 2 million, thanks to the visa-free policies in China, also the growing reputation of Chengdu on the international stage. In fact, I've been welcoming some of the international friends from over 20 nationalities over the years in Chengdu. We were doing things from tourism, cultural exchange, to educational programs and business meetings. And I very much enjoy doing these things because when I joined them in Chengdu with their foreigner lenses, perspective, I was discovering the beauty of my city, which I kind of, overlooked or took for granted, to be honest. At the same time, I was learning about them, their home cultures, their stories, their perspectives. So it goes both ways. And this kind of shared experiences really provide me great insights about the world. The insights I could never acquire just from watching news or following some social media accounts. Because it's real authentic. And I gotta say, that feeling, that genuine feeling of being connected to the world, to different cultures, through real human connections is humanizing, is empowering. The tours we offer are not traditional, tourist itineraries actually. They are designed in a way that is community-oriented and human-centered, so we can bring our guests off the beaten track to meet the local people, to immerse them in the local culture. We would take them to Qingcheng Mountain to learn from the Tai Chi master about Taoism and some of the real practices in our day-to-day life. We would bring them to the local markets of Yunning so they can get some, local souvenirs or just Sichuan peppercorn or, fluffy pandas there. Maybe one day we'll bring them to Ginkgo College to meet some of you guys, to learn about your stories. Because we want to have more people-to-people connection as a way how we can really connect different cultures. And I think this is something we really want to do because we see a growing market here. As we welcome more and more international guests here in Chengdu, we really feel we have a big commitment. And I'm also reminded of, the challenges and what really matters in what we do, building cultural bridges. In the age of AI, we have a growing fear of being replaced by ChatGPT or any other AI agents or tools. It's very fear concern. But I'd argue that one thing remains certain. Artificial intelligence will never replace or replicate our real human connections. A meaningful conversations, a helpful gesture, or just a friendly smile. These little things, they go a long way, reflecting our shared humanity, sense of community, respect, and curiosity. It's going to be increasingly important in the age of AI, also in today's world, where sometimes it's divided, to be honest. So, to build more cultural bridges, we definitely need more speeds. But we shouldn't rush to be too speedy. You see what I did there? Right? I think it really takes time, energy, and more passionate individuals to make this endeavor long-lasting and sustainable and also scalable. So we're inviting more local people to join us in this endeavor to become part of our creator team and facilitate more meaningful cross-cultural experiences here in Chengdu for a global audience, essentially connecting dots. So please join me, be part of this better solution. Let's all work together and create that cultural bridges, one connection at a time. Thank you very much.